Mhm.
Hello, this is Mike from Adrenaline Armory. I'm here with Eliott from, did you say Eliott? From
Eliott,
the
yeah.
French metal band Carbonic Fields.
Mhm.
So how long are you a four-piece to five? How many members do you have? Is there,
It's complicated.
oh, complicated?
Yeah, like basically there was an album recording, but it wasn't supposed to be played live, so it was only three people. There was a drummer, a singer, and the one who wrote everything, so Mathieu. And so only three people, and then Mathieu decided to play the songs live.
Okay,
So he hired us. So there are six of us now.
six of them, okay.
Yeah.
And how long, when did the band form? Like, when did you guys all start?
I was contacted in like March 2020, something like
Okay,
that. And the first songs were written, I guess, in 2017.
okay,
So yeah, Mathieu spent maybe 3-4 years recording the album, and then I hadn't even heard about the project at that time. But yeah, now I'm the bassist in that band, and we are going to play live in like hopefully a couple of months
okay,
if the situation permits it.
cool. How would you describe the band's sound? Like how do you?
Okay, so basically it's halfway between traditional and modern. Like it's modern, it's got like ESP guitars and stuff like that that are recent, but it
Mhm.
doesn't sound edited. It's like I wasn't there when the drums were recorded, so I can't say that there are no editing involved. I don't know, but
Okay,
it doesn't sound like drum a drum machine.
okay,
It doesn't sound like that. It's more so yeah. For the sound itself, it sounds pretty modern, but still kind of raw. And so yeah, it's melodic progressive thrash.
progressive thrash,
So
yeah.
yeah, so there are lots of different elements in that album. The idea was not to portray one color, but more like have a diverse, like yeah, different kinds of atmospheres in one album.
Okay.
Mhm.
So so with like you can definitely tell with the overall sound, that there's quite a few different influences that you have there. I mean,
Yeah,
was one thing I was going to ask you is like, what are some of the non-metal influences that might be found in some of your music?
of the not metal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there would be some kind of circus music because if for the people who haven't seen the pictures, we've got like it's not truly corpse paint, it's more like circus kind of paints,
Okay.
things like that. And so yeah, we even have a new song
Okay.
that doesn't have a name yet, and it's called for now Polka Thrash.
Okay. Cool. So
So yeah, we can blend yeah some things into our style and make it metal, and we don't really have boundaries.
okay. Cool.
Some songs are in English, some in French, some have saturated vocals, some clean vocals. Yeah, even the tunings are different from a song to another one.
Okay. So, so you just released your full length earlier this
Yeah.
year. It's called Eat Est. Correct? Is that
Mhm.
how you pronounce it?
It is.
That's Latin for go on, I believe. Did I find that right?
Yeah, there are many translations available, but the one I prefer is in English. It would be something like the mass is told.
Okay.
Like yeah, you can't change anything about it anymore. It's told, it's there, and you have to deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I wouldn't be the best person to talk about the lyrics because I didn't write any of them.
Okay.
But basically, it talks about aggressions, like be it mental or physical. The name Carbonic Fields is a reference to the phones, because it's made of carbon, I guess.
Okay.
And so yeah, people who forget to live their life and just chase likes, chase money, chase everything, and so yeah, it's how to say that, like the modern era is an era where you are exposed to criticism. For example, you can publish a song and you'll have some haters on the internet. You can even see their face. You can't even see their names, and they're still asking you to die. And so yeah, basically it's the carbon era. So the name comes from that.
So cool. So so the next question was actually like, how has been the overall response? I mean, I've seen there's quite a few reviews gotten for the album, so has it been pretty good overall response so far?
Yeah, overall good response. Yeah, we haven't been like brought down by anyone so far, so people kind of like the album. Yeah.
Cool. So I know you said you were going to start hopefully playing live in a couple of months. Are you going to try to do like an actual tour to promote the album?
No, it won't be an actual tour because several of us are married and have children. It would be difficult to just go on tour for several weeks.
Right.
So yeah, it might look like one weekend of 2 or 3 dates, 2 or 3 shows. Yeah, we say that in French.
Okay.
So but date is not the same thing. So yeah, 2 or 3 shows a weekend, and then move on to I don't know, maybe a month later do some other weekend and 2 or 3 shows, and yeah, something like that.
Okay. Cool. So have you been in other bands before this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a heavy metal band called Sekhmet, and I've been in it for the past 13 years.
Okay, cool. So have you played, I mean, so I don't know, is there like a huge metal scene in France for you to play at? I mean,
it's not that huge, honestly.
Okay. So do you know, when you do play, have you like went to other countries to like perform and everything?
With Sekhmet, I've been only in France and Belgium.
Okay.
But yeah, we've done almost 100 shows.
Okay.
So
cool.
So yeah, it's beginning to sound like serious business.
Yeah. So cool. So one of the questions we had talked about is like, in your experience, what do you think it takes to make a band successful, and how important do you think social media plays a role in that?
Okay, to be perfectly honest, management. Like, if you can have the best music, if you play the best music in your bedroom and no one hears about you, you're not going to have a career. And some people find it kind of ugly, but yeah, you have to be there. You have to people have to open their phones and hear about you every day, and stuff like that. And it's really complicated. We tried with my other band Sekhmet to publish one thing a day in the month of June 2021 to see if we reach more people and stuff. But at one point, you don't even know what to say anymore. You don't have a new song every day. So yeah, basically it's management, but yeah, it's a full-time job.
So cool. somebody, I was asking a couple people like other questions, and they were just kind of wondering if you have any idea, like comparing like going like playing a show like in France, you know, like the metalheads, like how they if they vary from country to country. I mean, have you gone to other countries for shows and everything, or is it? I mean, just you know, in the United States, I mean, France is one of the ones that I mean, there's a lot of great French metal bands. It sounds like you know, like what I hear, what I get, but I mean, it's hard to tell like what the response is like at shows there. Like, you know, like is there like a lot of people that kind of flock to
Yeah,
the metal shows and stuff?
it's actually interesting because let's say I have friends in a band in Germany, and we have different problems. For example, I have to explain it. They are in, I don't remember which country, but a big one. And people don't go to amateur shows because there are pro shows on the same evening.
Yeah.
So there are so many metal shows that people won't go to see you. And in French, it's the total opposite. Like in Le Havre, so our city, there are maybe 1 or 2 metal shows a month. So when you play, when you're a metal band and you play, people will be like, "Oh, a metal show, let's go to it." So
Cool.
yeah, there aren't that many metalheads in France, but the metalheads are really involved in the local scene, and they buy T-shirts and CDs and support the bands. So it's really cool, actually.
Yeah, cool. So one thing we were kind of chatting about on Facebook is the topic of cheese. And I just want to kind of preface that. So I took French class, you know, to learn the French language for like 3 years. My French teacher, all he would ever talk about is whenever he would go to France, how awesome and how great the cheese was there compared to like our state. And I think the state of Wisconsin where I live is like one of the only places that really take pride in they have the dairy products because we have so many cows and the dairy industry. So we have cheese. I mean, the Green Bay Packers, our football team, you know, people wear cheese hats and everything. You know, so it's weird. I mean, do you have any clue whatsoever that, you know, there's other places that look to France for cheese? I mean, it's like, it just seems kind of weird because I've actually talked to a couple other people from there and they like, there's no clue that France is even about cheese.
Before you told me the other day that you had Wisconsin cheese, I didn't even know that there were specialties, dairy specialties from the US. I didn't even know that. And yes, the French people are kind of proud of their cheese, but all cheese is not the best. I mean, yeah, if you go to a local yeah, you can get some good cheese, but most of us just eat industrial things. So yeah, I'm not a cheese connoisseur.
Not me really either, but I mean, it seems like everything, like you go to a restaurant, everything is provided with cheese unless you tell them to not put cheese on. You know, it's just everything's cheese.
It's in the menus, by the way. Like you can choose between a dessert and cheese in every restaurant here.
Okay.
Or have both, but it costs more.
Yeah. So cool. So what you talked about a new song and playing out in a couple months. Like, are you already trying to work on another album with the current lineup and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So is there any, assuming it'll be out in probably 2022 at some point?
I really don't know. Because the recording process will be different, because for the first album we hired a studio drummer. So in France, he's very famous. He's called, his name is Frankie Costanza.
Okay.
And he used to be the drummer in Dagoba, so one of the main French metal bands. And yeah, he doesn't play with them anymore. Like maybe it's been 5 years since they parted ways, I guess. So we kind of avoid the subject. but yeah, he's very famous and very efficient or effective. I don't know the difference between the two of them. So yeah, like we can send him just a MIDI track, and he will just listen to it and record it. Like some songs were recorded in a live take.
Okay.
And so yeah, it sounds very yeah, very professional, but raw and unedited, and it's really cool. And we will see because we might want to try to record our live drummer instead of having a live drummer and not having him on the albums.
Okay.
Yeah, it would make sense to have the live drummer on the next album.
Okay.
But I've never been to studio with him, so I don't know how he works.
So,
but yeah, 2022. I don't know.
so, okay. So I watched. I think I saw one or two like music videos where you do have like the paint on and everything, and it looks really professionally done. I do see that as like a very important aspect of promoting yourselves and stuff like that. I mean, it's like, was that like a band decision? Like, hey, let's make a video. I mean, because it's gonna make us look cool, or you just wanted to have fun with the video?
Yeah, we kind of have people around us who give us some pieces of advice on how to exist online.
Okay.
And so yeah, we wanted to have like a theatrical aspect to our music, to have the paints on our faces and the suits and the color code, so black and red.
Okay.
And so yeah, we wanted to not only to look good, but to provide a universe, you know, like so we made an official video with not only the band members playing, but also a scenario with two actors.
Okay.
So yeah, it's yeah, we really had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was only to have fun, because it was kinda to exist online, but yeah, you have to.
Cool. So I pretty much ran out of questions now. One other thing that I would like to ask is what kind of advice you would have for other musicians starting out or who are looking to be successful. I mean, you've obviously you've had your advice and you've tried the videos, you try to exist online. You know, what has worked the best and what hasn't worked for you so far?
Okay, so I really have a strong opinion about that. Like for me, the best thing is to do finished projects.
Okay.
For example, for maybe 10 years, I've written hundreds of riffs and always told myself the riffs aren't that good. I want to turn them into a proper song. And 1 year ago, I decided to do my first solo EP and do it all by myself. And I've taken some of my best riffs that I wrote and figured that I wasn't that comfortable with writing a full song with arrangement, programmed drums, playing the bass, playing the guitar, doing the vocals, writing lyrics and all. And if you only ever write riffs, you're not able to write a full song. So the best thing, I think, would be to find a deadline, something really really close. Like, hey, 1 week from now, I want to have that song totally done, and you don't even have to publish it. You can just try and do all the steps to just practice. And when you have your song, you can choose to publish it and be like, yeah, I don't care about criticism. It's not perfect, but it's my first one. I actually did that. And some people around me would be like, hey, yeah, your guitar sound sucks, and you shouldn't have published that. You should have worked on it for more time, and for longer, sorry. And I was like, yeah, but if I hadn't published that song, I wouldn't have had your feedback, and I wouldn't know what's wrong with my sound.
Okay.
And then so yeah, I just wrote a song, published it, wrote another one, published it, wrote an EP, etc. And it's starting to get me comfortable with writing full songs and being like yeah, I don't remember the word. Yeah, being able to do it all by myself. I think trial and error is the best way to make progress.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I think that wraps up everything I have to question. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to say before we end the recording? So it's been a great finally connecting with you. Awesome band. I love all of your music. I listened to the album. It's great. So I look forward to seeing what you come up with for 2022 or 2023 or whenever your next album comes out. So and if you ever, of course, if you ever come over to the United States, you know, let me know. So yeah. I know it's a little tricky trying to get over. What's that?
I'll come to Wisconsin.
Oh, it's a cheese. Yes. Yeah. Well, we're going to sit here and eat nothing but cheese for like 2 meals.
Yeah. Eat nothing but cheese for 3 weeks.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Cool. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. So, all right. So, bye.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, I just said it was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice night.
Yeah.